Hi, it's me. Hey. Was there a meeting? I actually, no, I was disappointed. I didn't. Did you call me on Friday? I know, I called you at 8 in the morning and it was all set to go. Let me tell you something, please. First of all, no, I didn't get your message. I was disappointed. Second of all, I actually, No, it's okay. I thought maybe you didn't call. You didn't want me to be disappointed over the weekend, but I was disappointed anyway. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I called Mary, but all I was going to say was I hope everything went okay. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. And she has a distinctive voice, and I could have sworn, but it could have been her receptionist for all I know, so I wasn't positive. But I told my roommate I had a sinking feeling there wasn't any fucking meeting at all, that it was canceled, even though you'd waited weeks for it. And what the hell's going on? Cheryl, no, it's not your fault, it's not my fault, but you got to know what's going on, okay? It's important that you know. Thank God. I listened to my messages and I got no message from you, but it doesn't matter because I'm smart and like I said, I wasn't gonna. Actually, I'm never gonna call. When I realized what's going, I've deleted Mary's number. It's pointless. I mean, not that I call all the time, but periodically, I don't know if she told you, I've called when something new has upset me. Like when I found out that Marion was saying that I destroyed the house and I stole $1,700 from my mom, and you guys know I didn't destroy the house because you came over and you know that I pretty much saved my mom from potential, but it doesn't matter. That's old news. My mother won't talk to me. She's giving up, Cheryl, and I've been crying. She won't talk. Do you know, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if Marion has some kind of influence. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to tell you something. I mean, that's me being paranoid, but then again, you never know. Marion and the doctors, there was no meeting, and I suspected that all weekend, and I actually was real upset. But I know, it was canceled at the last minute. That's so ridiculous. You said you were going to go no matter what, remember? They wouldn't. She's doing... Listen, though, she's digging her own grave. On Monday... What? Oh, I know. But you and I do. She won't talk to me. You got to hear this, please. Saturday, a visitor, right? I told you she wasn't doing well on Saturday. But Monday... This is what's gone down. Monday I called her, because I don't call her every single day. Monday I called her, and she goes, how come I haven't heard from you? I'm like, Mom, I just didn't call you yesterday. I just visited you Saturday. I need to hear from you every day, Laura. It's important. It keeps my morale up. Okay, Mom, I'll call you every day, right? Tuesday I went to the Humane Lobby Day, so I was gone all day. But when I was on my way to the after party, I called her from outside. I couldn't really hear her, but this is what she said. I'm doing better, Laura. I realized that it was all Marion. Because remember, she was saying it was the gods and goddesses working through Marion. I told you that, right? I'm like, okay, great. So I said, Mom, I can't. I'm on my way to the after party, and I won't be home till late, so I'll call you tomorrow, okay? I called her See, we don't know what goes on in this hospital either. We don't know what kind of meetings they have in there. We don't know what Marion, we don't know anything. All I know is this. She wanted, just a few days ago, she wanted me to call her every day. I called her Wednesday. She was saying they won't let me talk to you. Now I can't imagine that they as staff, because staff won't say that, but I remember the gods and goddesses are tormenting her, and she's hinted around before that they don't want her talking to me, okay? They is the people who have been tormented, the gods and gods, the entities that have been tormenting her since, since I was young, since I was 12 and she first got committed, okay? That was Wednesday. Thursday, she hung up on me Wednesday night. I tried to reach her twice on Thursday. She wouldn't talk to me. I tried to reach her twice on Friday. She wouldn't talk to me. I begged. I talked to different. I even talked to staff, and she's like, I said, did you tell her it's her daughter on the phone? Yeah, she doesn't want to talk to you. I'm like. And then I was really upset on Saturday because I've always been able to call the main number, and they'll automatically they'll like go and find her for me or whatnot, and now they're giving me, they said, well, you really shouldn't call this number. One of them said that, and then another one was I on the advice of a friend, because I knew what would happen, but I wanted proof just firsthand. I decided to just ask staff. They can't tell me you're diagnosed, but my mom just a few days ago was begging me to call her every day. Do you know why she won't talk to me? Hold on a second. And they look at her chart. We can't discuss anything with you. We don't have a release, and I was like, oh, fuck you, I'm just so frustrated. If I can't, my mom never signed any releases. My mom is probably going to be committed. She won't even talk to anybody. This meeting that you guys had waited weeks for, they canceled. You know what I mean? But they won't cancel, but Marion can, it's just, we don't know. For all I know, the doctors in Marion have told my mom, if you talk, I know this is paranoid, but I know what goes on, and my mom won't talk to me. Can you imagine how crazy I'm going? Because I'd rather her talk nonsense to me than refuse to talk to me at all. Oh, no, she changed her mind. I call them the patient line, and they don't know anything. They'll go and get her. She won't talk to me. She knows it's me on the phone. Oh, I'm positive. I talked to staff and patients. I even said thank you so much, because first some of the patients won't, when they answer the patient phone, they won't even ask who you are. So they came back. She doesn't want to talk to anybody. I said, can you please tell her it's her daughter? And they don't even have to do this for me. They could say no, but they went and told her. They said, I'm sorry. I told her it was you, and she doesn't want to talk to you. If she refuses to see anybody, talk to anybody, she's giving up, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. You understand? If we can't even reach her, we can't visit her, we can't talk to her, she's giving up. No, but she could have had this meeting and she didn't do it. I don't know. But she told me outright she didn't want any meeting. Yeah, not with you guys, and especially because Marion had said there was going to be a family meeting, and she doesn't want anything to do with Marion, so. Oh, I know. But if she won't talk to me on the phone, I can't go visit her anymore, you know what I mean? Whenever I visited her before, she's asked me to come. If she won't talk to me on the phone, she's giving up, and I've been crying. I've been binging on food, I've been crying, I got really frustrated with that staff member, because before they were letting me, call that number, and now I don't know. Sometimes I just think that, and I know that's being paranoid, but we don't know what Marion's saying, or the doctors, or maybe. I don't think they would. Why would they? They don't know you from Adam. It's the hippo. They can't. But you can say you were the one that was supposed to have the meeting. But I bet you anything they won't say a word to you. No. I don't blame them, you understand? It's just, it hurt, when my mother won't even talk to me, that means, do you understand, if I don't have that connection with my mother, then if she gets, I won't know, because I don't have a fucking release, because Marion, you know what I mean? I won't know if she gets committed, I won't know if she could be transferred somewhere. There's no guarantee she would stay in that hospital. She could go anywhere, and I'll be back in the same situation where I don't even know where she is, and I'll be going nuts. This is so frustrating. And when I drank this weekend. I mean, not a lot, but I ate. I was so frustrated because I knew. I called at noontime just to leave a quick message, just to say. And when someone picked up, because I know that she just usually has, well, I'm out of the office, you know. And I know her voice. And when she picked up, my heart sank. My heart sank, and I never got a message from you, but I just suspected that there was no meeting, and that's okay. I'll check my phone again, but I did. There were no messages. I called a couple of times, and there was no messages for me. I don't know what I can't, Cheryl, I just want you to know this is breaking me. When my mother, and she won't talk to me, and I know she's up because I've even staff, because I said, are you sure you've told her it's her daughter? And she's like, yeah, I told her it's her daughter on the phone. She won't come to the phone. She won't. So I didn't call yesterday. I needed a break from the pain. I called, like I said, I called twice Thursday, twice Friday, once Saturday, and every time it's the same thing, and all different times. So you know she's not asleep all these times. She doesn't want to talk to me. And she probably, I told you, she didn't want a meeting. I don't think that, I mean, I don't know. If you guys had this meeting set up all these weeks, I don't think that they would just cancel it. No, she's doing horrible. You know who will know, though? But you know who will know? You know who will know? Mary. Well, they can talk to her. She's my mom's social worker. She can find out anything. That's the thing. Only way I'm going to find out anything of what hell is going on with my mom, why she won't talk to me and blah, 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 is through Mary. But maybe you didn't take it, you know, details, whatever. You can, but you could seriously show up, and if my mom doesn't want to see you, you've gone there for nothing. I know. Of course, anybody can visit my mother. You can visit her. I'm just saying you might get turned away. If you were going to go, when would you go? This is sad, huh? I'm so lucky. I know I've said this before, but I'm so lucky to have you. I would have, you know. I'm so lucky to have you. I'm lucky to have my roommate, too. I've told him that because he, as you know, he picked me up and saved me without even meeting me first. I told you that, right? He just came and got me and all my stuff and Omar goes to the bathroom on the floor. Most people would condemn me for him and me for that. My roommate loves Omar. Omar sits on his lap. I told him again yesterday, I'm like, you know, I'm dumbfounded that I told him before, I'm like, thank you so much. He drives me anywhere I want to go, to the store, to Walmart, to Target, you know, he's just nice. Yeah, I'll hold on. She was sick. I was young, 19, 20. I was in college. Hey. Oh, she called you from home? Oh. What, decompensating? I know that I'm breaking, Cheryl. I know, but But you're not her. Wouldn't you have to? You're going to try to get permission to go during non-visiting hours? I know. Oh, I know. She's giving up. Oh, no, yeah, no shit. I just told you I drank this weekend and I binged on food and I gained weight and you know what I mean. I'm breaking. I'd rather her talk to me and talk nonsense about the gods and the goddesses than refuse to talk to me. And then I find that on top of that, after all my conflict, there was no meeting. And you, up to the last minute, you thought there was gonna be. What time did it actually find out it was canceled? Because I was talking to you after 8. Yeah. Oh my, yeah, she's giving up. You know what else is so sad about her being in there? She doesn't have her glasses. She doesn't have her glasses. I found that, I know, so she can't read or anything. She doesn't have her glasses. I don't know if you know this about her, but she has severe periodontal disease. She was seeing, you know, and when you're in a place, if she gets committed, they don't care about anything like that. They don't care. You know what I mean? She was supposed to be having her teeth. She was taking care of her teeth. All these things are going to fall by the wayside, and I know how she feels. She's giving up. She freaked out because a guy in there told her she looked old, and then he ruined our meeting because he came in, you know, we can't have a private room, we can't go to her bedroom, you know what I mean? So, but she freaked out, and I told you, 2.5 hours of hell. It was the entire time she lost it. I think she was pretending, and then he came in, and to her, the gods and goddesses, oh, they're going to they had him come in, they know I can't stand him, and he bothers me all the time, and you know, and they couldn't even let me have this time with you, and you know, and that was it. And everyone who came near us, I told you, she was behaving violently towards them, verbally violent. Like, get away from me, I know you, you're going to die tonight, and all this crap. You know, because she believes that they're all possessed by the gods and goddesses that have been tormenting her, you know, she's giving up. And she gives up, I'm dead. I mean, I'm screwed because she never signed, she's not in any position to sign releases, have a meeting, she's not considered sound mind. Oh my, yeah, but she's not going to get any better if she won't even talk to the people who care about her the most. She won't even talk to me, Cheryl. I can't take it. I'm not even calling that regular line anymore. I don't want to deal with them. You know, they even told me it's probably better that you don't call this line. I don't even know. For all I know, Marion arranged something. I know that they were more welcome towards me before, and now suddenly they're like cold, and you need to call the patient line. And I fear one of these days I'll call the patient line and be told that she's been moved, where she's not here anymore, and I'm going to lose it completely. I don't know what to do. I just can't believe this. If she's in, I don't think she will. They won't. If you understand, even if someone shows up, whatever, they ask her, do you want to see this person? They don't force it. So if you don't know ahead of time if she minds if you come, you know. No, I'm just saying, if she says she doesn't want you to come there, then there's no point. She won't, you know what I mean? But maybe if there's no meeting and you're just coming to visit her as a friend, and she knows you're not a social worker, you're not, you know what I mean? Maybe she'll agree. Are you going to call now and find out? I'm so thankful for you. I tell people, no, I'm just thankful for you because you've been here for me. I've been able to talk to you. You care about my, you know what I mean? And you're She won't talk to me. I can't deal with it. I didn't try yesterday because every time I try it, it destroys me when she won't talk to me. You know what I mean? But it will always be that way. I don't blame her. But if I don't blame her if she's escaping her own head. But she escapes permanently, then that's it. I mean, it's one thing if she can't, if the gods, but if that meeting, you know, that was important, and you guys waited weeks for it, you know. But I know that anyone like her doctor, psychologist, social worker, she can find out what's going on. You can't, I can't, but she can. Will she? You don't know? You don't know if she will? Oh. No, you talked to Mary, though. That's what I'm saying. She could find out what's going on with my mom. No, I think. When is she? I mean, but I bet I would think she'd be able to find out details. But then again, this is all a fucking Twilight Zone nightmare for me, so I don't even know that. It's ridiculous. I know. Then you have power that I don't. I mean, you can see if Mary can find out something. I know she's really busy and everything. Speaking of which, I never said it. I mean, I've periodically, when I was upset, even back when I was at my mom's, apologized to her for me. The messages I left for her, I know nothing's her fault. You understand? I'm just so frustrated. So I say general stuff, like she knows that, you know, I've said, you know, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, you know, the truth will win out, and I have writing ability, and I'll go to the press. I even said that to someone at staff at that hospital. I'm like, this is ridiculous. My mother wanted, just a few days ago, she's talking about this and that. I mean, I don't know if Marion and the doctor said if you talk to your daughter ever again, you never get out of here. I don't know. I don't know if it's their influence. I don't know if it's the gods and goddesses forbidding her to talk to me, but I'm going nuts. So anyway, I delete, like I said, I won't ever call. I just tell Mary I'm sorry. It's out of love for my mom, you know. When I've called and said stuff, it's just out of frustration and love for my mom, you know, because Marion's lying about me, and you guys know that you know, that certain things she said are not true. Well, I know she doesn't like me. Yeah. Anyway, apologize to her for me. Because I left one final, when my mom wouldn't talk to me, and then there was supposed to be a meeting, and then I thought I heard her voice, and I'm like, oh God, I left a message that night. I was like, you know, I leave it after hours when I know she's not there. I'm like, I can't believe, what is this? My mom won't talk to me. You guys didn't have a meeting. What's going on? I can't take this, you know? But but it's pointless of me ever I'm not going to, I promised I would never do it again. I left her another message saying, I'm sorry, I won't ever leave. I deleted her number from my records. I won't ever call her again. It's pointless of me leaving a message on her machine. You know what I mean? It's just pointless. It's just, I wanted to express to her my frustration that there wasn't even, I didn't know at the time, but I suspected. I know. Oh, I know, and that is why I don't even know. She probably hears my voice and just even doesn't even maybe she deletes it immediately, I don't know. But in any case, apologize to her. I'll never call her again. It's pointless. It's it's nothing. She hasn't done anything. I'm just frustrated as hell. And when I suspected when I called and I heard her voice, I'm like, fuck. I'm thinking to myself, God, that was supposed to be. There wasn't even a meeting, and now my mom won't talk to me twice a day. I call all different times, and she won't talk to me. And that's killing me. Because I hope you find out something, because you're my only way to find out anything. Please do. Okay. Bye. Good luck. Bye. I told you there was no meeting. I knew it. Mama, how are you doing? You sleeping under the covers? No, you're on top of the covers. You're safe. Oh, mercy. She's giving up. Shit. They waited weeks for that meeting. She's in no condition. She's giving up. Unless they're drugging her up, Yeah, but for the grace of God, go high. Nothing that I can do. Escape from him too. Him and his quote-unquote devout Christian mother, unquote. Cheryl's as frustrated as I am, but it's not her mother. Not her mother. All these pictures are safe out on my Flickr page. Most of them anyway. Giving up. I don't blame her. Cheryl said it. She's escaping into her own head. Can you blame her? She knows that I have no power and Marion does. Who knows? We'll never know. We do not know that Marion didn't, and the doctors didn't say you have anything to do with your daughter. You'll never get out of here. Who knows? But then again, if that was the case, then she could have had that meeting. That had nothing to do with me. So who knows? We don't know. We don't know. Can't talk to her. I mean. I'm immortalizing you, Mom. You're at least gonna matter. She's gonna matter. I'm sorry. She's gonna, even if she, I'm not gonna let her just, even if she never comes out of it, even if she gets committed, even if I don't get to know where she is forever, or you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let her just, I mean, think about it. I went to my aunt's funeral, and they do that at funerals. They show movies or pictures of the person, so you know that that person, you know, existed, had value, so you see a piece of that person's life. Of course, you're seeing the loved ones and family and friends around in the funeral home or whatnot, you know, at the wake, but they show pictures, you know. They do that at, I mean, maybe they don't do that at everybody's wake. We had a film, all the pictures. I found it interesting, I suppose, that it didn't have any, it was only pictures of her and her immediate family. You'd think she would have just pick one picture of her, you know, her siblings or her, you know, or anyone else. She was, I guess, because it would have been too hard to, she didn't want to exclude anybody, so she just didn't include anybody, you know, because she was loved by aunt. She had so many friends and whatnot. I don't know, even if she excluded all her friends, you'd think she would have had her family. I mean, not her, you know, like me and my mom and Mary, and, you know, she didn't, though. I don't think. I looked it up. I don't think she did. I don't know. God took the wrong sister as far as my mom and I are concerned. My mom was saying that before she got, you know, sick. I couldn't, God. Well, before she was saying, I don't understand why God didn't heal my aunt. And then later, after my aunt passed away, which wasn't even a year ago, it was that passed last summer, she was saying, you know, why couldn't God have taken Marion instead? From the horse's mouth. I mean, you know I would say that because I hate Marion's guts. My mom doesn't hate Marion. She's still her sister. I hate Marion. You don't have to love your family members. Marion destroyed any love I felt for her when I was in my 20s. You know what I mean? She destroyed it. I hate her. I hate her more than I hate anybody. Even more than Donald, who nearly killed me, because Donald's not, you know what I mean? I just hate Marion, and I know why. Because she's just wants me to be nothing. She's desperate for me to be nothing. More desperate than, I hate her more than I hate my father. I don't have anything to do with my father. I hate Marion because she has all the power of my mom. And I hate her because of her constant desperateness to make me into nothing. That's why I hate her. And I hate her because she just automatically negates, you know, you're mentally ill. If I believe in myself, if I believe in I'm mentally ill, if I, you know, and just negates mentally ill as you can't possibly be anything more. Like, she's made me so I can't possibly be anything more than what she deems me worthy of being, you know? I've seen lots of stars who you'd never even imagine they would have become stars, either for whatever reason, you know? I can think of a handful off the top of my head. I'm just saying, you're not suffering from delusions of grandeur or crazy or mentally ill, you know, for believing you could become famous. You're mentally ill or crazy if you're not famous and you're going around saying you're famous. You know what I mean? But you're not. I just can't stand her, period. You know? And that's on top of the, you know, besides the fact that she lies through her teeth about me, or fudges the truth, or half-truths, or whatnot. And I know what she's done to my mom, too. Even when she couldn't affect me or couldn't get to me. I know what Marion has done to my mother. I know it. I know it. In any case, I've immortalized my mother. I've told her story. And who stopped me or could stop me? Nobody. She won't even talk to me. I'm going to try again, but I don't think she's going to talk to me. That's her crazy third husband. The one who died wrongfully. I told Cheryl, like, she's giving up, and Cheryl's like, we can't let that happen. She said something like that. I'm like, but I'm smart enough to know there's nothing we can do. You think about it. If she won't talk to anyone on the phone, she certainly won't visit with anybody, then there's no way to help her. If I had money, I could help her. Because if I had money, I'd get a lawyer, I'd fight. I'd fight Marion's power over her, and I'd fight to have some say. You know what I mean? Because believe me, Marion can show up at that hospital. Maybe nobody can force my mom to see Marion, but Marion can show up at that hospital whenever she wants. She can talk to the doctor. She can find out what's going on with my mom and all this crap, where I'm just nothing in the eyes of, I can't do anything. Except, and now I can't even talk to her on the phone because she won't talk to me. But you know what I mean? If I had money, if I could get a lawyer, if I could fight, it would take a lot of money. It would have to be subpoena, you know, my mom's social worker and psychologist who know what my mom came and did when she was in her right frame of mind, what she wanted. You know, the guy from the mental hospital she met last summer, the same thing, you know, he would, but everything, I have no money. Without money, I can't do shit. I can't fight this. I can't fight it. So I can at least immortalize my mother. She doesn't. Like I said, she matters. If she doesn't matter, then I don't matter, you don't matter, nobody matters. But if I think about this too deeply, I'm going to break. And what's the point if I break? Marion would just win more. She'd be deliriously happy. She'd be more happier if I broke than, you know? anywhere near as many pictures as I. And actually, I used to from LA. I'd sent her pictures that I could, you know, make copies of. I sent her pictures of me. It's cool. Like I said, you can go to CVS, Rite Aid, probably other places too. I only knew of those two, and make scan pictures, old ones. One time I sent her that, I think. So a lot of pictures she had were actually pictures that I had so kindly sent to her, made for her, copies and whatnot. This is me when I was like 19, I believe. Yeah, 19. My mom was sick then. She was heavier too, but normally she tried to be thin her whole life. My least favorite picture, just so you know, of course. More so even the ones where I'm obese, and I mean, because you can see, you know, her sickness causes her to not even. It was when she was sick. She wasn't locked up anywhere, but she was sick. I think she had just gotten out or something. She was still sick. I post my Flickr address, my website address, under all my videos, courtesy of YouTube's lovely feature that they only started, I believe, like less than a year ago, maybe a year, I don't know, not that long ago, the bulk thing. Of course, sometimes I've done bulk tags or whatnot, and maybe the tags didn't apply to all my videos, but so what? You know, I bulk. I like that bulk feature because I have over 4,000 videos, just most of them are private, intentionally so. So the bulk feature is quite a nice feature. Because it would just take too long. Even the over 1,000 videos that are not on private, it would take too long to update each description individually. So, wouldn't you think that YouTube, I'm sorry, they do come up with good stuff. That bulk thing is fantastic. I've added bulk descriptions to over 1,000 of my videos. I added in, please check out my website, please check out my Flickr page, and put the address, and please check out my my playlist that only has videos of me singing my original songs a cappella, not professionally, not even close, and reciting my original poetry. I have a playlist that only has that. It's all those videos. So I was able to bulk, think about it, over 1,000 videos that I don't have in private. I was able to, that would have taken forever. I would have never done it. I was able to bulk feature it, so every one of those videos now has my website address, my Flickr address, and, saying please check out this playlist where if you want to see my, all my original poetry and me reciting my original poetry and singing my original songs. And it's all in one playlist. It has just about I believe every video that has that, except for the ones that I did recently where I was reading the poetry off of my website, because I have 111 of my original poems that span my entire life since I first started, It doesn't have my really old poems, ones I wrote when I was 9, 8, I have a rock, it's in my yard, it's sort of small, sort of large, I like this rock, I like it well, maybe I'll be able to do tricks on it someday, nobody can tell. hey, just the fact I was writing it all, you know, when I was that young. And the poem Beautiful I wrote when I was 10. My friend, my adult friend, who was an ex from college, he liked that poem better than some of the poems I wrote when I was older. And I'm like, you know, I wrote that when I was 10. I wrote it for my 5th grade class. My 5th grade teacher, I forget her name, but she was my favorite teacher. She hung my poem up on the wall. I bet and then when I was in 7th, my teacher, 7th grade teacher, junior high, read my story, Murdered, to the entire class. And in 6th grade, my teacher hung up a couple of my poems, I think, on the wall. But I know my teachers, probably even back when I was in grade school, junior, you know, they saw my potential. It's just no one who could actually, you know, none of my family or no, you know what I mean? But I know my teachers did. When I was 16 and took my writing class in high school in Florida, after I moved to Florida, you know, she was praising me up the yin-yang, telling me I could really write well and whatnot. I know there were strangers that saw it. I mean, teachers and stuff that they saw it. Even in college, I got all A's and B's in you know, in any of my writing classes or you know, any of my English classes. I wound up graduating with a 3.5 and I majored in English. So, you know, I know my teachers saw it. It just wasn't enough to cause me to believe in myself at all, or it wasn't enough to supersede all the negative, all the you're worthless, you're no good, you know. It wasn't enough. Sure, some teachers saw my potential and whatnot, but it wasn't enough to override all the lifelong abuse and being made to feel like a worthless piece of shit. I mean, I already blamed myself for my mom's illness, and I moved in with my dad and his girlfriend, and I was smart enough to be aware that I was an intrusion. He did the right thing and took me in, or I would have been in a foster home because my mom couldn't take care of me anymore, unfortunately, because of her illness. But he did the right thing and nearly caused me, I mean, he destroyed me when I was already almost gone anyway. You know? I don't want you, nobody wants you, your family doesn't want you, your mother's crazy, I'm going to ship you back to your crazy mother. Okay. That was his favorite mantra. That's a mantra? Whatever. Yeah, it's his favorite thing to say to me. Whenever I fucked up. Of course, fucking up was not, you know, coming home drunk or, you know, getting caught with drugs or being caught having sex with my boyfriend. Fucking up was forgetting to change the toilet paper roll when I used up the toilet paper. Or leaving a towel on the floor when I took a shower, you know. That was fucking up. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, I would have been a lot of parents' dream if they had, you know, any one parent who had really problem kids. I'm sure if I had had more encouragement and stuff, I would have made it further in life. I found out further and farther. Further is when you're talking like figuratively, or farther like distance. Distance, literal distance, like the walk to the store. And say if I walk to Vaughn's, it's farther than if I walk to Rite Aid or something like that. Vaughn's, Rite Aid, and the 99-cent store, all nearby each other, all where I used to walk to all the time in Culver City, California. It's gonna be pictures. The only one that was ever there for me, Mama. As much as you could be, despite your illness. I mean, obviously your illness caused you to... But as much as she could be, you know. She loved me unconditionally, and as much as she could be, she was always there for me. With love, with whatever, you know. And that was despite her illness. She did the best she could, you know, dealing with that fucking schizophrenia she suffered from since, well, practically from the moment I was born. I mean, might as well have been, because I don't think, even though it didn't manifest itself till I was 10, as I said, there had to have been, you know, it was building up. There were other indications that she was not quite, you know, all there. Going in the middle of the night to the combat zone with her 1.5-year-old daughter in her arms to find her worthless piece of shit husband, aka my father, who was there dealing drugs or doing drugs or whatnot. That's little screws loose, huh, wouldn't you say? I never knew that till recently, by the way, she told me. My mom's honest to, you know, pretty much just like I am. When she's not being honest, I think she thinks she is. She fudges the truth, not really intentionally. I think she embellishes or forgets or whatnot, but she's honest about who she is, and, you know, but in any case, even if she never comes back, I mean, back from La La Land, and I've lost her to her insanity, and she's just going to be locked up for the rest of her life or whatnot. I've immortalized her just like I've immortalized myself out on the internet. But even more importantly, I've told her story and my story, and it's in people's heads, see? It's something. It's not everything, of course not even close, just it's something little, and I did it. I did it. You're not just going to be another fucking mental patient, Mom. Forgotten or whatnot. I won't let it happen. I'm not even going to let your friends forget about you. See this? Animals matter, and a lot of people don't think that, you know, but a lot of people do, maybe probably more people than don't. And my mother sure as fuck matters. Like I said, there's no guarantee that she might never come out of it. She's disintegrating. What did Cheryl use the word that they used? Decompensating. I have to look that up. I know what it means, though. And they got that from staff. I told you, I believe that they can do anything in those hospitals, and the medication can be fucking her up. I'm not saying she doesn't need medication. I'm saying if I had money, there'd be alternatives for my mother. She's unhappy in there. She says that guy is mean to her, and that's never happened to her, I guess, in a hospital where, you know, this guy won't leave her alone, and he told her she looked old, and it's just reinforcing her own fears, and she doesn't, I don't think she's showering. She sponge baths, but she doesn't wash her hair. So when I saw her, I'm like, you don't wash your hair at all? And she's like, no, I sponge bath. I'm like, Mom, but... She's like, well, my hair still looks fine. I'm like, I didn't say anything, but now we're going on over a month and she hasn't washed her hair. At one point, they might force her to, and that'll traumatize her. Maybe not, I don't know. When I was in that shelter, and there were people, unfortunately, who refused to bathe, and then if they started, you know, I didn't have the greatest sense of smell, so I was fortunate, but people would say, oh, these people smell and whatnot. I guess eventually they will force you, they'll force shower you, because people don't wash, and then they put on the same clothes every day, and it's just, and they go out in the hot sun, you know, when you're walking around in the summertime, and it's just, it's torment. It's not fair for us. We have to eat, you know, eat next to them or stand next to them. You know, it's just, at some point, I don't know. My mom cares about her looks. She loved, look at how disciplined she was. I helped her do it, but no one could force her. She wanted to lose 30 pounds. I built her up. Was I too hard on her at times? Yeah, admittedly so I was. I know why I was. Is it an excuse? No. I was trying to make her as normal as, you know. I didn't want her to disintegrate. I didn't want her to, I'm saying if she's in her 60s and is like this, how is she going to be 10 years from now? But Marion didn't give a shit. Marion wanted to make her out to, you know, Marion didn't care. When my mom had gained weight from the damn Zyprexa she was on, Marion's husband, my mom told me this, I was in California at the time, that she went to a family thing, Thanksgiving or whatnot. Marion's husband, I'm like, see, they're peas in a pod. Marion's husband was making fun of my mom because she was heavy. You know, she had been thin and she got heavy. And he's like, he said something like, look at that belly on you or something. I never liked him, so 2 peas in a pod, baby. You guys deserve each other, Marion. Making fun of my poor sick mother, has been in and out of mental hospitals half her life, and your wife had, you know, not that my mom didn't deserve, but you know, I mean, 5 times in less than a year, and she's forced to take this medication that's making her fat, and you're gonna ridicule her, you fucking bastard. That's all I have to say on the subject. I don't like him either, but he's not you know, he's nothing to me. Marion pushed me too far by sending a goddamn letter. I mean, I hit rock bottom, and she found out I was talking about the family on Twitter, telling the truth as usual. She sent a letter to Hope, letter to me addressed to Hope, so Hope would read it and I would get thrown out in the street. That's when I sent sexy pictures to Marion's husband, who's never a relation to me. I could marry him. Okay? That's when I did that. I wouldn't have done that otherwise. It was because she pushes me too far, you know? I said, you call her a name, she stabs you with a butcher knife in your heart. She has everything, and she's going to try to get me kicked out when I'm at rock bottom, living with the man who would nearly kill me and laughed about it, and I'm back with them because I have nowhere to go. Plus, I want them to be worthy of my dog. Tested them all that time. They failed. I didn't want them to fail, but they did. I never imagined in a million years I could have that dog. But to have him, you already know this story, to have him, he and I both had to nearly die numerous times. I have him now, yeah, but it's only chance. And then after that, think about it. It was touch and go. I had to risk my life, his life, to have him. And then I finally have him. I'm in that fucking shelter, at least grateful that my mom, Mary, deigned to let my mom take Omar. Otherwise, it would have been the end. And I would have wished I just stayed in L.A. where I was going through, like they said, the transitional housing and all that crap, and going to the meetings and learning how to not wind up with an abusive man again and all this crap, and I would have stayed there. I did this to save Omar, you know. I would have stayed there if my mom offered. I wouldn't have come. If there was no Omar involved, I would have stayed. I would not have come. I didn't want to be in Massachusetts with Marion. Believe me. I jumped at the chance because I still had an opportunity. People were taking care of Omar, and I'm not going to betray them either. But people were taking care of Omar. They couldn't take care of him forever. I jumped at that chance. But otherwise, would I have come back to Massachusetts? I can't stand the cold. No. I would have tried to get on Social Security disability like my caseworker was encouraging me to do then. And I probably would have gotten on it, or maybe not, who knows, but I still had the restraining order against Donald, and I had the proof that he had harmed me, and I had the police report, and you know what I mean? So I might have gotten to Social Security, might not have. But either way, I would have been on welfare and stayed in the transitional housing, and everything was for that dog. I would never have come back here. Marion wouldn't believe that, I'm sure, because all she thinks is that I just, I want a free place to stay and I don't want to work and I just want to live off my mom and all this crap. It's not true, but it doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter to Marion. I know the truth. It was Omar. I jumped at that chance, and then I'm in that fucking co-ed shelter dealing with that shit. Didn't want to be around men, especially those kind of, you know what I mean? Didn't want to be around any men. I had no choice. I dotted all my I's, crossed all my T's, and meanwhile I had to deal all the time with my mom saying, Marion says this, Mama won't stop going to the bathroom on the floor, Marion says, why didn't you train him? Marion says, you guys shouldn't have put him out in the back. Oh my God, Mom, please. See, my mom wouldn't have cared. It's all parroting Marion. My mom, if it had been no Marion, I would have been there with my mom healing with my dog. But in any case, come on, Mom. Cut the dog some slack. It's not his fault. It's Donald's fault. Takes two to tango. I can't train the dog when I'm working 40 hours a week or more. And Donald's home all day with Omar and won't train him. What am I supposed to do? You can't have one person walking the dog not doing the thing. It has to be whoever lives with the dog, they all have to be consistent. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't Omar's fault. And I have to hear my mom bitch. But the only reason she's really bitching is because Marion's bitching at her. It's not even Marion's home, see? It's just, I hate her so much. I hate Marion. I hate her. There's so many reasons. I hate her. I'm going to fast today. I got to do my soup. I started my soup yesterday. I got to finish the soup. I got to blend the soup up. It takes forever. I do some cleaning. The curtains are going back. They didn't even, I could still see my monitor across, They did better than the sheets, but not much better. I don't like them lying anyway. They say blocks out 99.9% of the light. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not when it's sunlight. They're all full of shit. they don't block out hardly anything with sunlight. I'm not trying to block out sunlight, you know, but just if I were, you know, they don't. I could show you right now. Of course, it doesn't have to do with just coming in through the sides either. I could see the sun coming through these. They're crap. But they'll do for now until I really need blackout shades, blackout blind, something that's not that curtain, because the curtain really doesn't work very well. Even at night, I'm only dealing with street lights shining in. But I did sleep. I slept 11:30 to like a little after 6. Oma went poo-poo outside. I wrote down Oma went poo-poo outside. Why that message didn't show up on my phone? I don't know. It should have. Messages should show up instantly. Try listening again. Maybe it's there now. I don't know. This is organic mascara that I'm wearing. See it? Where is it? Where is it? Not bad. Who would have known, huh? It's organic wear by Physicians Formula. They have I think they have 4 different kinds. Black Organics. This is fake out mascara. It's supposed to be like fake lashes, but probably all the damn, if you looked at the ingredients, are probably the same. But it's just like any company, you know. They come up with all these mascaras, and you know they're all like similar, but they have different brushes. So that's a different brush. But anyway, that's what I'm wearing. And it's organic. It's not too bad. I always use an eyelash curler, though. See, I use an eyelash curler, Revlon. I got this. I donated $5. I can't donate a lot, but I donated $5 to these people who created this. So I got this. I got to pick it up when I went to Humane Lobby Day. If you can see that, I'll read it to you. It's on here. Not to hurt our humble brethren is our first duty to them, but to stop there is not enough. We have a higher mission to be of service to them wherever they require it. And I guess a saint wrote that who knows how long ago. St. Francis of Assisi. Okay. Cute, huh? Cute. Cute. Should I try calling my mom? Not this early. This afternoon. See, I'm prepared now. Before, when she wasn't talking to me, I just thought it was a fluke. But you can understand now. And I thought it was a fluke. I thought, okay, you know, I called twice on Thursday. But I did call. I guess at 5 in the afternoon they said she was sleeping, and then later on that night, you know, she was half asleep. So but then Friday I called at 2 in the afternoon. I called it, you know what I mean? I called when I know damn well that they told me she doesn't want to talk to you. And then Saturday. But now I'm prepared to hear she won't come to the phone, she won't talk to you. So I'll keep trying, but I'm better prepared. So I'm going to clean today. Gonna clean, gonna make my new soup. My new soup is, I bought all the vegetables at the market he took me to Saturday. Market Saturday. Yeah, Saturday we went to the market. Anyway, the new soup is gonna have in it, I couldn't get frozen squash, they didn't have it, but maybe I'll put canned pumpkin in the soup. It's gonna have 2 cans of organic green beans, a pound of baby spinach, a pound of spring mix, it's all organic, so I don't have to say it, it's all organic. It's going to have broccoli, fresh carrots. I believe if I bought I think I bought two little pound packages, so that'll be 2 pounds of carrots. Whole thing of onions. That's probably like a 3-pound thing, I don't know, but a whole thing of onions, just like last time. Garlic, celery, mushrooms, bella. Brown, they didn't have any white, so brown bella mushrooms. That's it. And a cucumber. I'm one of those European, whatever you call them, the expensive long cucumbers, and they're even more expensive when they're organic. So let's see, green beans. I think I added up, it came to like 13 things. I didn't say the kale. 2 kinds of kale. I got regular kale and then some kind of different kind of kale that looked different and it was labeled different. 2 kinds of kale, Swiss chard. Green beans, broccoli, mushrooms, carrots, celery, cucumber, cauliflower, onions, is that it? Oh, peppers. Forgot about peppers too, green peppers. I gotta add that to my Hotmail. I've been writing stuff in the Hotmail when I do my oil pull, like I've been doing every month, just about every day for 15 to 20 minutes with the sesame seed, organic sesame seed oil. And I write down, oh my gosh, poo-poo. Yesterday we rejoiced. He went poo-poo. He didn't go poo-poo in the house at all, and he went poo-poo in the morning outside, and then in the afternoon he went poo-poo. It's hard to tell if he could sneak and go pee-pee, but I took him out a lot, so he went pee-pee a lot outside too. I'm writing all this in my Hotmail. I transfer it to calendar. So it's easier just to write it in the Hotmail than to find a pen and find the calendar and whatnot. Boop-a-beep-beep. Oh, Marlou went to pee-pee-poo-poo. Anyway, is that it? I know it came to a lot of things. Been losing my. It sucks. If I lose my mouse, it loses it on the screen. I have to keep manually shutting down the computer, and I know from Donald that's not good to do. I know it came to 13 things, though. It was, let's see, count of my hands. Okay, or 14 things. It came to, okay, so